I'm here with Rusty Rogers, head coach of the Cougar women's basketball team. And Rusty, we have quite a bit to cover today. It was a great weekend for the Cougars, winning their first round conference tournament game on Saturday night at Concordia, Wisconsin. Final score was 65-58. And Rusty, let's start off with this topic here. Your team obviously had a great start to the season, but then one of the first challenges maybe of the season is that it took a little bit to figure out how to play, how to win on the road. And when you look back at Saturday's game, just to see how your team handled all the adversity of that game, winning in what's traditionally a tough environment for teams to play in, it was just a very impressive example of how far your team has come this year.
Very, very satisfying as a coach, especially as a new coach for the program. You know, just the whole maturation of the season from day one to that point was extremely satisfying. Knowing that we got off to a good start, you know, first 5 games at home, winning 4 of those, and then going on the road and just getting punched in the face for 2 games, and you know, starting 3 freshmen Saturday night out of the 5 starters, and just going through the process of dealing with 3 kids getting foul trouble. You know, playing from behind the entire game. And just the way they handled it, if you compare, you know, from early November to this game, it was very rewarding to know that the kids matured through the year, that they gained confidence, and that they believed in each other, and that's what pulled us through.
All right, Rusty, watching Morgan Janke play this year has really been something to see. Morgan, the leader up in Mequon the other night with 22 points, 7 rebounds, but even much more than that, her leadership has been a big thing the whole season, but watching her step up, especially when, as you mentioned, we had some players in foul trouble, including 2 of our starters, and I thought Morgan just really put the team on her back, and especially at the start of the second half, when we come out with the 11-1 run that quickly wiped out that 10-point halftime deficit.
It's funny, when I first got the job and my first conversation with Morgan, and she'll tell you this herself, I told her, Morgan, if you don't make first team all conference this year, then I'm not doing my job as a coach. I had the opportunity last year as a parent of one of the players to see their entire season. I missed maybe 2 or 3 games. And Morgan just stood out to me as exceptionally talented on the floor. I could just see her heart. And she's the kind of kid that I was really, really excited about coaching. And just getting her in the right place, in the right spots, building her up, getting her confidence. Because that first conversation I had with her, she looked at me like I was crazy. If you talk to Morgan about it today, I think she'll tell you that she knows that she's got this team on her back. She knows. In her heart, she knows. And down the stretch against Concordia, Wisconsin, we were in a timeout, and I wasn't ashamed to say it in front of the whole team. I said, Morgan, you need to take this team on your back. We're going to get you the ball in the middle of the floor. You're going to attack. You're going to create shots for yourself. You're going to create shots for others. You're going to create fouls. And by God, she went out there and did exactly what I had hoped she would do. So she has really come a long, long way. As you alluded to, she's a great leader. The interesting thing is we have 2 super leaders on this team, senior Cassie Kohler and junior Morgan Janke, and they are polar opposites in terms of personality and the way they go about their leadership. Cassie's quiet, she's there, she's reliable. Morgan is just a hard worker, she's vocal, she speaks her mind. It's a beautiful compliment, and we cannot say enough about those 2. And when you look at the success of our season, a lot of it is on those 2 shoulders. Those 2 young ladies, they've done a phenomenal job.
Let's talk about another player that has really stepped up in her second year with the team, and that is Lauren Moore. Lauren's come off the bench and had some big games this year. She had a 20-point game, and I believe it was the first game of the season. In the Wisconsin Lutheran game. In one of them, she was nearly perfect from the floor. She was, I think, 22 points for that game. Now, in Saturday night's game, she had a rough first half. I think she was maybe 0 for 4 from the field. And then in the second half, she just turned it on, and she hit some big shots. I remember the 1-3 she had with 2.5 minutes left that gave the Cougars the lead for good. She was just ready for the situation.
And Lauren's a delight to coach. She keeps us all in stitches. She keeps us. We can never be too serious about ourselves when we have Lauren Orr around. She's just that kind of kid, and she's just so much fun to be around, and she keeps us loose. And then, in terms of her basketball ability, Lauren is. It's just a matter of time and during a game before Lauren shows what Lauren can do, and she's just the ultimate scorer. She's got great range, and what I've been most impressed with this year is her ability to put the ball on the floor and create a little bit going to the basket. So, and that was evident again Saturday. She hit a couple big shots from the perimeter, but she also hit a couple nice drives for us to loosen up the defense that way as well. So, you know, she's probably deserved more playing time than she's gotten, but she's made the most of what she's gotten. And she is an integral part of what we're about. We would not have won. There were several games I can count in my head that we may not have won without her contribution. And that's a credit to her. She hasn't started a single game this year, but her attitude has been tremendous. Her confidence has been sky high. And that says a lot about that sophomore young lady.
All right, and let's talk for just a moment about a couple of players that maybe we haven't mentioned too often in these weekly interviews, but that's your, if we can use the term, post players. Angelique and Shania Kaiser. Both of them have been battling through a few nicks lately, you might say, a few minor injuries here and there, but when called upon last week, they both came up with some big-time efforts.
Angelique has been playing on a bad knee the entire year, had off-season surgery. She can't go 100% in practice, so we limit her running, and that's been from the get-go. And she's persevered, and then she had a pretty bad tumble their last game of the year and sustained a hip pointer. So she was out of the starting lineup for the first time all year, but her attitude was tremendous. She got in there and contributed. She played less minutes than she's normally played. And that allowed Shania Kaiser, our freshman post, to step into the starting lineup and really contribute right from the beginning. The one thing that Shania gives us that we don't have from nearly anybody else on the team is that strength, that size. Even though she's 5'10", she's undersized for a post, but she is very strong. Her confidence has gained throughout the year. She's definitely our most improved player from October 15th to this point. And she was a key contributor in that game Saturday night with rebounding and just her toughness and hitting the boards offensively and defensively. She hit some big free throws down the stretch, which has been one of her Achilles, but she's worked at it in practice and it paid off. She hit some big free throws down the stretch Saturday, so couldn't be more proud of Shania.
All right. The second round of the tournament is coming up this Wednesday, and the Cougars are going to be traveling to the number 1 seed, Wisconsin Lutheran. Now, the Cougars have played the Warriors twice this year, coming up on the short end both times, and certainly this Warriors team is a load. They're very heavy with seniors, and especially, of course, their 6'3" girl in the middle, Kristen Schultz, player of the year in the conference last year, and certainly a leading contender for this year. Now, we know that Saturday's win had to be such a boost of confidence for the team. How do they take that now and move into this challenge on Wednesday against Wisconsin Lutheran?
Well, hopefully it'll be just that. Hopefully we'll be riding this high, and that's going to help us. But our 2 games with Wisconsin Lutheran, neither one was very competitive. They took charge right from the beginning, and we played from behind the entire game both times, home and away. So we've got to do some things differently. We've definitely got to figure out a way to limit the touches of their 6'3" center. I don't know if we can shut her down completely, but we've got a huge challenge, and their strengths are our weaknesses. They have size and they have power inside, and we have very little. So it creates a lot of challenges for us. I mean, they've won, I believe it's 37, 38 straight conference games at home. They've got that comfort level of being on their home floor where they've had tremendous success. I will say this, don't take anything away from the Cougar women. Don't be surprised if we go on there and shock the world. We've got that attitude. We've got nothing to lose at all. No one expected us to be in this game, let alone win this game. So we don't have that pressure whatsoever. We're going to go out and play free, play loose. We'll make some adjustments as a coaching staff, go in with a game plan, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. But whatever happens Wednesday, is icing on the cake for a great season. I fully expect that we're going to go up there and compete, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if we come home with another victory for Concordia.
All right, Rusty, and I know that we have another fan bus that's getting ready to make the trip on Wednesday, so we certainly look forward to having their support. And for any of our viewers that may be interested in checking out the action, that game is at Wisconsin Lutheran on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. We hope to see a lot of you there. And Rusty, best of luck to you and the Cougars. Congratulations on the great win, and let's see if we can add another one here.
Thank you.